Who sat and watched my infant head when sleeping on my cradle bed, and tears of sweet affection shed? My mother. When pain and sickness made me cry, who gazed upon my heavy eye and wept for fear that I should die? My mother. In this poem, Mother, by Anne Taylor, the poet presents the image of a mother lovingly rocking the cradle, shedding tears, worrying about her baby's health. Today is Poetry Day. We'll look at similar poems and then we'll go on to the next lesson, which is also a poem. You have to listen to me and guess what the theme of the next lesson is. Okay? Here is a thing my heart wishes the world had more of. I heard it in the air one night when I listened to a mother singing softly to her child, restless and angry in the darkness. In this poem, simply titled Home by Carl Sandburg, the poet says, the sound of the mother singing to her child in the darkness of the night suggests to him the idea of home. The sound of the mother reminds him of home, gives him the feeling of home. While Anne Taylor talked about her mother and how much she used to worry about her, and while Carl Sandburg connects home and the mother, like mother is home, our next poet, Sylvia Plath, is sharing her experience being a mother. One cry, and I stumble out of my bed, cow heavy and floral in my Victorian nightgown, and your mouth opens clean as a cat's. The image of a mother waking up in the middle of the night to tend to a crying and hungry baby. Yes, my dear children, the theme is motherhood. The love of the mother, her devotion, her selflessness, her sacrifices. The almost holy idea of motherhood. Look at this picture. Is she a goddess? No, she is the mother, or any woman who's the mistress of the house. Take special note of what the picture says. It says, my wife does not work. The stereotype of an Indian woman. We see it on television, we see it on social media, we see it in movies, we see it in music videos, we see it all around us. This stereotype has been teaching us for generations what an ideal Indian woman should be and what all she should do to fit in to this stereotype. This stereotype sacrifices. She sacrifices her career, her dreams, her health and good looks. She gives all her time and energy to her family. She patiently suffers. She cries. She worries. She cares for everyone, her children, her parents, her husband, her brothers. She cooks, she cleans, she protects, she nurtures. She pleases everyone to fit into this stereotype that the society has prescribed for her. Whether it is visual media or literature, especially in India, depictions of women are confined to domestic settings. We often see women filling into traditional roles, dependent roles, roles defined by men. Women are rarely represented as professional career women with lives and interests outside their houses. Such representations or such portrayals of women establishes social norms that go against the concepts of women's freedom and women empowerment, the concepts that we are discussing in the first unit. Yes, the next lesson in this unit is a poem on motherhood. But before we go to that poem, before we read the poem, let's ask ourselves a few questions. Because this unit is about women's freedom and women empowerment. The title of the unit is Flights of Freedom. So, what is your concept of freedom? Tell me. Yes, it is to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want. Right? So, do you think your mother is free? Can she do whatever she wants, whenever she wants? No. Most of you would say your mother is always busy. She is never free. Have you thought why your mother is not free? Let's read the poem now and find out why a mother is never free. Dilna Shihab of 12th B will first introduce the author.
The author, Katherine Tynan. Katherine Tynan was born in January 1859 on a dairy farm in Clondalkin, County Dublin, Ireland. Active in the literary circles from the 1880s to 1931, Katherine Tynan was a popular writer who produced a great deal of work. She has published 7 books of verse and has written over 100 novels. She still found time to write articles on social questions published in magazines and newspapers. Tynan was extremely popular and influential during her lifetime, especially in Irish nationalist circles. She idealizes traditional female roles in her writing, which also emphasizes devotional Catholic themes. She was a great supporter of feminist causes and was concerned for the poor people of her country, especially when the First World War started.
Now, Amina Naurin of 12th B will read the poem aloud for us.
Any Woman by Katherine Tynan. I am the pillars of the house, the keystone of the arch am I. Take me away, and roof and wall would fall to ruin me utterly. I am the fire upon the hearth, I am the light of the good sun, I am the heat that warms the earth, which else were colder than a stone. At me the children warm their hands, I am the light of love alive. Without me cold the hearthstone stands, nor could the precious children thrive. I am the twist that holds together the children in its sacred ring, the note of love from whose close tether no lost child goes a wandering. I am the house from floor to roof. I deck the walls, the board I spread. I spin the curtains warm and woof, and shake thee down to be their bed. I am their wall against all danger, their door against the wind and snow. Though whom a woman laid in a manger, take me not till the children grow.
Children, now let's have a closer look at the poem. These images will help you get a better idea about the theme. I am the pillars of the house, the keystone of the arch am I. Take me away, and roof and wall would fall to ruin me utterly. I am the fire upon the hearth. I am the light of the good sun. I am the heat that warms the earth, which else were colder than a stone. At me the children warm their hands. I am their light of love alive. Without me cold the hearthstone stands, nor could the precious children thrive. I am the twist that holds together the children in its sacred ring. Their knot of love, from whose close tether no lost child goes a wandering. I am the house from floor to roof. I deck the walls, the board I spread. I spin the curtains, warp and woof, and shake the down to be their bed. I am their wall against all danger, their door against the wind and snow. Thou whom a woman laid in a manger, take me not till the children grow. The poem Any Woman is in the form of a ballad. It has 4-line stanzas with a strong but simple pattern of rhyme and rhythm. The poem celebrates the mother as a strong, idealized figure who is able to protect her children and create and maintain a nurturing home. The speaker makes a series of powerful metaphorical statements to assert her absolute physical, emotional, and spiritual importance to the family. I am the pillars. I am the fire. I am the house. The woman here is self sufficient, and we don't see the presence of a man at all. The 6 stanzas organize the argument of the poem into clear, compelling points. Without the woman, there is ruin, cold, and loss. With her, there is love, warmth, safety, and moral order. No lost child. The mother disciplines the children and grooms them in a loving manner. She makes the house, decorates it, provides the family with food, and keeps the house beautiful with curtains, and she becomes the bed for her kids to sleep. In the last stanza, the woman epitomizes physical strength, a wall against all danger. She protects the children from all dangers. Here, she establishes that without her, the children can't survive. At the end of the poem, the mother humbly prays to Jesus to keep her alive till her children grow. Jesus is addressed as Thou whom a woman laid in a manger. The imagery of the poem ultimately links any woman's power to sustain life with the power of the Virgin Mary herself. In this sense, the poem can be read as a celebration of women's creativity and autonomy. Now, children, let's look at the poem a bit more deeply to try and understand what the poet is communicating through her lines and what are the implications of these ideas and how to relate with the poem. Don't you think the poet is glorifying the idea of a woman who's chained to her house by her responsibilities? Have you ever thought why all the responsibilities of the house is put on the head of the mother? Have you ever thought about the fairness of the system where the mother cleans the entire house, including your bedrooms and your dirty toilets? It is the reality in our country that many qualified women have to become domestic help after their marriage. They are not allowed to pursue their careers. Is it fair? Women are praised for their domestic skills, where they could send satellites to space or do complicated surgery as a doctor or design buildings and residences as an architect or fly aeroplanes. They could do anything. Even women who are allowed to work, they have to multitask so much. They have to do all the chores at home plus their responsibilities at their workplace. I think what we should take from the poem is the idea that we should not put all the household responsibilities on the woman, be it a mother or a wife or a daughter or a sister. Everybody should share household responsibilities. The father can help the children with their homework, pack their tiffins, get them ready for school, while the mother will definitely do her stuff like cooking. If the father is good at cooking, he can do cooking too. Everybody in the family contributes to the general management of the house instead of putting everything on the mother or the wife or the woman. I think this is the idea that we have to ponder about after reading this poem, because this poem is the second lesson of a unit titled Flights of Freedom. This unit, which advocates women empowerment and women's freedom. Your mother has carried you inside her body for 9 months during her pregnancy, and she has had many sleepless nights for many years bringing you up. I hope this poem has inspired you to share and care for your mother. I hope this poem will inspire you to lighten the burden this oppressive stereotype has placed on her. Bye.